Why? Well, why? Well, because that money was the thing that brought her in, and the money is the thing I have to maintain in many cases to keep her around, right? And so in a way, it's kind of one of these things where I think that how you handle your money, how much you show that to other people is really must be strategic, right? I think that it is not logical to expect that financial security won't matter, though. All the studies show that financial security matters a lot, especially to women. But I think that when you are when you're a little too overt with it, it's almost like sexuality, right? Like ladies know that men are always, most men, you know what a lot of men want, right? You know how we think, right? But it's one thing if he knows that the sexuality is somewhere in the relationship versus you leading with the sexuality. Do you understand? Like you showing up like a Cardi B, and the first thing that comes out of your mouth relates to what you can do in the bedroom. That's going to create a different dynamic in the relationship. And I don't even know if young people really even get this. I pray for them. But anyway, one more thing I want to mention to you is a couple more theories on from psychology in terms of flashiness and why people feel a need to be flashy. Number one, a lot of psychologists say that external validation can become a substitute for internal security. So for a lot of people, because they don't know who they are and they're not confident in who they look to the world to tell them who they are. So a lot of times we will do things, we'll show off what we have. So the world will say, you're a successful man. And then you'll say, oh, I must be a successful man because the world said I'm a successful man. And I think that's very dangerous for black people because a lot of that validation comes from white people, your oppressor, because they control these institutions that label you and certify you. And that is something that you have to then go to them in order to obtain. That's why you have black people begging for Grammys and Oscars and all this stuff. And which really, actually, if you look at the history of the Oscars, and if you read a book called An Empire of Their Own, How the Jews Invented Hollywood, it's not anti-Semitic. It's just a great book about the Jewish community and their extraordinary genius in building Hollywood. I had complete admiration for what they accomplished with Hollywood. I do. I don't like everything that's going on in Israel, but my gosh, this book was fascinating. And one thing that they said in the book that was really funny was the people that actually were financially conscious, the people that ran the industry, they basically were like, damn, these actors, they want too much money. They keep asking for pay raises, and we don't want to give them any more money. So they were like, well, what can we give them instead of money that won't cost us anything? They said, oh, let's feed their egos. Let's give them validation. So that's how they created the Oscars.